What I'm going to be going through is around recruiting and culture, and really how to start thinking about that at a really early stage. I have put together those questions. Hopefully I'm answering all of them, but I broke them down really, if you kind of think about recruiting and culture, into three main categories, which is strategy and process, culture and values, and recruitment. To start, strategy and process. So the first question I have up here that was asked was, at what stage do you look to hire a formal HR manager? If you want to talk about just an HR manager, a formal HR manager, you can wait until around 50 employees. And I would recommend using an outside resource for doing some part-time HR before then. The next question was, what levels to hire first? It would be good to start at a kind of a mid-level hire. Someone that does have some experience, that is going to be a self-starter, that's going to be able to operate without too much kind of management and training. How to interview. Initially, you want to make sure you're listening to the candidate's needs. Be inquisitive. So ask questions. Ask open-ended questions to learn about who these people really are. Create a target list for each position. You want to make sure the candidate has a good candidate experience. What are good incentive structures? When you're small, you're looking at kind of that equity play. You really do, when you're hiring from the beginning, you want someone that's bought into the overall success and kind of that long-term play of what that's going to mean for them. Around strategy and process, you really want to think ahead of the curve. Cultures and values were the next kind of category that I lumped some of these questions into. And so the first one up here was, how do you create a company culture when team members are distributed across offices and countries? And then in particular, when there'll be extensive interactions with third parties and external parties. So ultimately, it's around creating company values. So I'd say you need to have, the reason of, who you are, what you do, what problem you're trying to solve, and then what makes you different. And then again, it goes back to learning the candidate's needs and listening to that, and then that's how you can turn your pitch into a sell to try and get this person interested in what you're doing. Does outsourcing a part of the work to an overseas entity have any negative impact on startups' fundability? I think ultimately, if you have a strong reason and business proposal of why you've decided to structure it like this, then I don't see why it would have any sort of impact on that. The last piece was really recruitment. So we have some questions here. So what are the right lean channels for recruitment, meaning not spending $500 on LinkedIn? The leanest channel out there are referrals. For technical hiring, how to recruit out of college. And I kind of tie that into where to find qualified interns, because I think for hiring technical talent out of college, having a good internship program is a really great way to do that. Otherwise, I'd say going to career fairs. There are specialized career fairs for various colleges. Another way, I think, too, to find interns is utilizing social media. I've heard a lot of success on posting and tweeting. How to approach senior level engineers. It's more around, again, going back to asking those questions and learning about the person. It's individualized messages. How to recruit non-technical positions like sales and marketing. So, in these, I'd say, in general, networking events, are great. If we go into kind of the senior level non-technical talent, I would say look for companies that you admire and have informational conversations with some of those leaders that are there. You are always going to be involved as founders in the recruiting process. There's just no way around that.